Entrepreneurs or successful entrepreneurs, sorry, I don't think they're actually hiring from Ivy League schools anymore. I think this whole prestigious top universities, I don't really want to name their names because I like playing on the safe side. However, I think all this thing that's happening with, for example, Columbia, Penn State, Harvard, with the White House, is opening a new door. In this day and age, going to the best school does not hold as much weight as it was 40 years ago. Going to Russell University in the UK or an Ivy League school in America doesn't weigh the same. I believe founders are not just hiring people with prestigious background. The two aims of these top level universities to carry out amazing research and educate kids. But with all this anti-Semitism, racist, DEI, etc., it's not worth it anymore. I'm not trying to be salty or anything like that, but I'm in a position in my career where I'm getting more or less similar jobs or better jobs than people who went to Ivy League schools. Why is that? Because companies aren't just looking for people who are just book smart. They're looking for people who are more than book smart, people who have personality, who has character, who wasn't spoon-fed all their life. And they're looking for people who have tenacity. I'm not saying if you went to Ivy League school, you don't have tenacity. That's not what I'm saying. But as a founder, I believe it's more beneficial for me to hire someone who is mid-level Harvard, because all the top-level Harvards are probably trying to work for OpenAI, Microsoft, Meta, Google, Palantir. Or hire someone who went to mid-level school, was the top percentile of that mid-level school. Let me know what you think in the comments. These are the type of conversation that I have with people within my community, Wellington. I have a community of successful entrepreneurs who are doing at least 500k per year or who have raised at least 1 billion per year. This is a venture community full of people who are trying to make legacy company. Within my community, we have conversations like this. Are people who are actually making generational wealth with real businesses, are they actually hiring from Ivy League universities or are they not? The survey from these Ivy League universities, they're just not doing this. Why is that? The first leg of the stool to break from this whole higher education is internet. Without going to MIT, you can work hours and hours of top level lectures of any field. You can watch Stanford University lectures. You can watch Princeton. You can watch Oxford, Cambridge, Yale, without even going to these universities. The second leg in the stool that's broken higher education is AI. I truly believe that AI will change the first principle of education. With AI, it can be literally with £20 a month, you could have more resources and probably a more broad and probably a smarter professor, because you're in university, than you would if you went to this prestigious university. And guess what? You're not 200k, 100k, 300k in debt now. This is a leg on a stool that will get completely wiped out within the next 5 years, I truly believe. Of course, going to this prestigious university, you can network with people, you can learn how to communicate with people, you can be around like-minded people, which is very important. That's why my whole business is building a community of like-minded people. But other than that, in terms of thesis knowledge of actual deep research and higher education and actually just learning, AI will be the new way. Trust me. So if you're a founder and you're hiring from these top universities, just know there are other gems that aren't in this top university. The way I look at it now, all this high-end university, they're basically just faster way to recruit. You're more or less just paying a university, which is your recruitment company, to get a better bunch of people. Instead of companies actually doing the due diligence and actually making programs for personal development within a workspace, they're trying to fast track the process by just hiring from these top universities. And I don't believe that's actually how you should run your business. You should run your business by getting the best person for that role that aligns with your company culture, and then having a literal progression plan for them to level the way up on the job. I think some people right now, the way they're hiring in the company is by doing internship, paid internship. Obviously, there's a vetting stage, like you have to go through interviews, but people who are going through this vetting stage aren't all successful because they went to a high university. It's only because they're good on the job. Most jobs, you can teach people anything, literally anything. Like, it is so easy. However, not being in a school that's totally driven by, are you a Democrat, are you a Republican, are you for the left, are you for the right, or just woke mindset. It's very important, because do you want someone, yes, you want an employee that stands up for himself, but you want someone who's just extremely far left or extremely far right. That's not why you hire people. And nowadays, the people who are coming out of these top universities, they're either extremely left or extremely right. So how beneficial are they in the workspace? Rather than someone who went to a mid-university, don't really care about his politics, and isn't getting brainwashed to have a specific point of view, who are just trying to better their life and go to a good university. These are the type of people I will want to work for me, personally. At this current stage of my life, that could obviously change. People in Africa, Asia are getting equivalent degree with zero money spent through AI. This is the power of social media. It's the power of AI. It's the power of the internet. As I said, this is just something that came up in my mind, like, because I had this topic within my community. Are people actually hiring from top university or not? Are they actually hiring from prestigious university, or are they hiring just who's best for the job? Are they being partial or not? And I thought, let me just come up to YouTube and just speak to you guys about it. The research part of higher education is changing. Around Europe, America, China, there's now institutions where the sole base of this institution is just for research. The thing I really, really do admire is a Peter Thiel Foundation, which is not just for people who have rich parents or who went to high university or high secondary school. No, these are entrepreneurs who just go-getter and has tenacity. So many people part of this Thiel Foundation, which is a Peter Thiel's university where he funds people, they've made unicorns. They've literally built unicorns. Therefore, you don't need to go to a prestigious university to be successful. No, you really don't. You can build a unicorn by not going to a prestigious university. Therefore, you can hire top level talent, A-star 10x talent that did not go to prestigious university. Take that into consideration, guys. I think there's going to be a great reckoning, a great reset. All these high prestigious universities, they create a system where they get capital, I love it, from the government, with government tax write-off. They build buildings, repeat the cycle again, keep getting more money. I've even heard some of these prestigious universities, they even more or less have a fund. How do you have that much money just have a fund? Auntie, why you spend this money on research or over stuff that could better the life of your students? So I think the whole education system will change. I do believe it's a little bit corrupt. I don't believe it's the right method. But, however, who am I? I've been through the rank of the education system. I don't have a PhD, yes. However, I've done most of the stuff everyone's done. I think if you watch this space within the next 5 years, it will change drastically. And you don't want to be too late to this change. The reason for the change, I just don't think the education system is working. So if it is a bit flawed, maybe you don't need to hire people from the best university. Maybe you do. It's all down to you. Let me know if you think, if the net benefit of hiring people from an Ivy League school compared to hiring top 1 percentile of mid-level school is greater. Let me know, because I truly don't believe it is. I believe it's just about getting who's best for the role, who's not just because you have MIT in your name or Harvard in your CV or Yale in your CV or Oxford in your CV or Imperial or Bath, any of this university in your CV. I think there's more to that. A lot of these great entrepreneurs don't even have degrees. A lot of them even dropped out. So how much can you really value these degrees? I have a degree. I think a degree is a good thing. However, I'm just saying, is it overrated? Probably. Is the system going to get broken very, very, very soon? More or less likely. So take that into consideration when you're hiring, because I want you guys to hire the best people. Yeah, I just think this is a good topic of point, especially with this war between Harvard and Trump or the White House. It's very interesting space to watch, and a lot of Pandora boxes are being opened, and you're actually seeing the higher education system. Is it really there to make money, or to educate people, or to spread a narrative? What's it actually there for? If it's not mainly there to educate people, then it's flawed. Therefore, everything society tells you that this person should be more respected because they're in a certain university is a bit flawed. Therefore, your hiring system may be flawed if that's what you rely on. Just a little room for thoughts. I mean, I'm at this point I'm just talking, but yeah, YouTube is amazing. It has such an amazing algorithm. It literally picks the best videos for you. So whatever video they suggested, I would advise you to watch. But before that, make sure you click the link in the description and apply for this community awareness so you can be part of conversations like this and other conversations that will help you further your business and further your personal growth.